Budget.
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 Every nation's economy is a delicate balance, a living, breathing organism shaped by forces that can lift it to prosperity or plunge it into crisis. At the helm of this constant battle is fiscal policy, an intricate system of choices that affects every paycheck, every investment, and every opportunity. From Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal that lifted the U.S. out of the Great Depression to the crisis in 1990 Sweden, where tough choices between spending cuts and tax increases restored economic stability, fiscal policy has long been the unseen hand shaping the world as we know it. At the core of fiscal policy are two powerful tools: taxation and government spending. Each decision, whether to lower taxes to fuel consumer spending or increase government investments in public infrastructure, becomes a calculated move in the high-stakes chess game of economic management. But it's a delicate balance. Lower taxes may stimulate growth, yet in overheated economies, they can accelerate inflation. Governments must skillfully pull back on spending or increase taxes to ensure the economy doesn't spiral out of control. Fiscal policy isn't just about numbers, it's about people. It's the roads we drive on, the schools that educate our children, and the hospitals that save lives. When governments increase spending, especially in times of crisis, they provide more than relief. They offer hope. But with great power comes great responsibility. The timing, scale, and approach of fiscal intervention can determine a nation's destiny, but the very fabric of society itself. Counter-cyclical fiscal policies. In the world of economics, the stakes are always high. Booms and busts rise and fall like the tide, shaping the fortunes of nations and the lives of millions. But behind every dramatic cycle of growth and recession lies an invisible hand, guiding the economy's every move. That hand is fiscal policy, crafted not just to manage prosperity, but to stabilize chaos when it hits. Counter-cyclical fiscal policies are the tools governments wield to tame this volatile cycle. In the dark days of recession, they step in, injecting lifelines of government spending and cutting taxes to revive growth, creating jobs and breathing life back into struggling economies. Timing is everything. The precision of counter-cyclical policies, like a maestro guiding an orchestra, determines whether economies find harmony or descend into discord. Too soon and recovery falters. Too late and inflation wreaks havoc. Counter-cyclical fiscal policies, the unsung heroes of economic stability, working quietly behind the scenes to turn the tides of recession and rein in the chaos of growth. As we face new economic challenges, these policies remain crucial, shaping the future of economies and ensuring the well-being of society. Long-term fiscal sustainability. Long-term fiscal sustainability is the foundation of this growth, ensuring that today's economic decisions don't jeopardize the future. It's not just about balancing budgets or avoiding debt. It's about creating a financial legacy that will nurture and support future generations. It begins with careful stewardship of public resources. Like a captain navigating through uncharted waters, governments must chart a course that balances investment with responsibility, avoiding the dangerous storm of unsustainable debt while fueling growth and innovation. Debt isn't the enemy, but how it's managed will determine the fate of a nation. Investing in education, healthcare, and infrastructure today is planting the seeds for tomorrow's prosperity. It's not just about economic growth. It's about building stronger, healthier, more resilient societies. But these investments must be chosen carefully, always with an eye on the horizon, ensuring that the fruits of today's labor continue to nourish future generations. Yet long-term sustainability isn't just about numbers. It's about trust, transparency, accountability, and the integrity of public finances are the compass guiding us through the most challenging economic storms. It's this trust that binds citizens and governments together, ensuring a shared responsibility for the path ahead. In this delicate balance between today and tomorrow, we lay the foundation for a future where economies are robust, opportunities are boundless, and the weight of debt doesn't burden the dreams of the next generation. Long-term fiscal sustainability It's more than a policy. It's a promise to those who will come after us. The role of fiscal rules. In the fast-moving currents of global finance, nations rise and fall, fortunes are made and lost, and economies soar, only to collapse under the weight of mismanagement. What stands between economic prosperity and chaos? Fiscal rules, the invisible threads weaving through the fabric of every successful economy. In the grand tapestry of national economies, these rules ensure that the foundations of growth remain strong, sustainable, and fair, protecting future generations from the mistakes of the past. From limiting government deficits to curbing public debt, fiscal rules enforce a discipline that protects nations from fiscal recklessness. These rules are not just constraints, they are promises, commitments to ensure that today's actions do not mortgage tomorrow's prosperity. They create the foundation of trust for investors, businesses, and citizens alike. Fiscal rules are more than mere policy. They are a pact with the future, a declaration that prosperity should not come at the cost of security. As we navigate the complex waters of the global economy, these rules remain our compass, ensuring that the journey ahead is one of growth, stability, and shared opportunity. Fiscal rules are not just about numbers. They are about people, about futures, and about the enduring promise that with careful management, the best days of any economy are still ahead. Fiscal stimuli and austerity measures. In the world of economic policy, two forces stand in stark contrast, each offering a path forward in times of crisis. On one side, fiscal stimuli, a powerful tool used to jumpstart an economy on the brink. On the other, austerity, a disciplined approach to pull a nation back from the edge of unsustainable debt. Fiscal stimuli are like rains after a drought. Government spending, tax cuts, and investment that breathe life into an economy, driving growth and sparking opportunity. It's an immediate lifeline, creating jobs and revitalizing communities on the brink of collapse. But when the debt piles up, when spending spirals beyond control, the only way forward may be austerity. It's the pause after the rush, cutting public spending, raising taxes, and making tough choices to ensure future stability. But at what cost? A nation must choose wisely when to stimulate and when to step back. It's a story of sacrifice and growth, recovery and restraint. In this journey, there is no easy path, but somewhere between growth and responsibility lies the way forward. The future of nations depends on the choices we make today. Global fiscal policy trends. In a world connected by trade, finance, and policy, the winds of change blow through the global economy, reshaping how nations grow, how they prosper, and how they face the future. These are the trends guiding economies in an era of constant transformation. From stimulus spending that fuels growth and revitalizes industries, to austerity measures that pull nations back from the brink, fiscal policy is at the heart of every economic decision made today. Governments, like captains of ships, adjust their sails, steering through turbulent waters in search of economic stability. But with each surge of stimulus comes a wake of public debt, a challenge that every nation must face: how to grow without tipping into unsustainable fiscal waters. The balance between supporting economic momentum and ensuring long-term sustainability is delicate. A new wave is emerging, digital technology revolutionizing how governments manage their finances, enhance transparency, and build trust with their citizens. From artificial intelligence closing tax loopholes to real-time spending oversight, the future of fiscal policy is being rewritten in the digital age. Amid these changes, the world turns its focus to sustainability, fiscal policy becoming a tool not just for economic stability, but for the survival of the planet. Greener policies, from carbon taxes to renewable investments, are the compass points guiding us toward a future where prosperity and the environment coexist. As nations navigate these currents, a new era is unfolding, one where growth, sustainability, and equality must align. The choices we make today ripple far beyond our borders, shaping the economies and futures of tomorrow.